For most of human history, we looked up at the night sky and wondered. We wondered what those distant points of light really were. We wondered if anyone or anything was looking back. We wondered where we came from and how all of this began. And for thousands of years, the universe stayed mostly silent. Not because it had nothing to say, but because we didn't yet know how to listen. That silence finally broke in December 2021, when humanity launched the most powerful space telescope ever built, the James Webb Space Telescope. And what it has revealed since then hasn't just added new facts to science, it has changed the story of the universe itself. To understand why James Webb matters so much, you have to understand just how different it is. Before Webb, we had the Hubble Space Telescope. Hubble gave us beauty, spiral galaxies, colorful nebulae, images that made people fall in love with space. But Hubble mostly sees the universe in visible light, the same light our eyes can see. James Webb doesn't. Webb sees the universe in infrared, and that changes everything. Because infrared light is what you use when you want to see through cosmic dust, into the earliest moments after the Big Bang, into planets forming inside dark stellar nurseries, into atmospheres of worlds light years away. Webb isn't just a better camera, it's a time machine. When you look at a star, you're not seeing it as it is right now. You're seeing it as it was. Light takes time to travel. So when Webb looks at galaxies billions of light years away, it's looking billions of years into the past. Some of the galaxies Webb has observed formed just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. That's earlier than scientists thought galaxies could exist. Before Webb, our models said, the early universe was chaotic, too hot, too violent. Webb looked and said, actually, galaxies formed fast, organized, massive. Suddenly, the early universe wasn't a slow beginning, it was a rush of creation. And that forced scientists to do something rare, rewrite the rules. Webb found galaxies that were too big, too mature, too structured for their age. Galaxies that should not exist, according to previous theories. This was uncomfortable, because science doesn't like being wrong. But Webb didn't care about our expectations. It just showed us what was there. And what was there was a universe that didn't follow the timeline we had written for it. The implication was massive. If galaxies formed earlier and faster than we believed, then everything connected to them, stars, planets, chemistry, life, may have started earlier too, which leads to a quiet but powerful thought. Life may have had more time than we ever imagined. For the first time, Webb let us look inside stellar nurseries without being blinded by dust. Before, star-forming regions looked like dark, messy clouds. Webb peeled them open. Inside, we saw newborn stars, jets of gas stretching light years, disks of material where planets are forming right now. These aren't artistic impressions, these are real places. Some of those disks could be forming planets as you're watching this video. Some of those planets might one day host oceans, or atmospheres, or life. And for the first time in history, humanity can watch those beginnings unfold. Think about this for a moment. For all of human existence, planets forming were something we imagined. Now they are something we observe. That changes how small we feel, but also how connected we are. Because the atoms forming those distant worlds are the same atoms in your body, the same carbon, the same oxygen, the same physics. You are not separate from the universe. You are made of it. James Webb didn't stop at stars. It looked at planets, worlds orbiting other suns, and not just their size or orbit, Webb analyzed their atmospheres. By watching starlight pass through alien skies, Webb detected water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and sulfur compounds on planets hundreds of light years away. This was once science fiction. Now it's data. For the first time, scientists can study the chemistry of alien worlds in detail, not guesses, measurements. For centuries, Earth felt special. The center, the exception. Webb gently disagrees. It shows us planets with boiling skies, raining glass, supersonic winds, eternal night, molten surfaces, worlds far stranger than anything imagined before. Earth isn't the default, it's one variation. And suddenly, our planet feels precious, not because it's unique, but because it's fragile. Webb didn't just look at beginnings, it looked at endings. When stars die, they scatter heavy elements across space, elements like carbon, oxygen, iron, gold. Webb captured these moments in stunning detail. You were made from the ashes of dead stars. That isn't poetry, it's physics. Every atom in your body was forged in a cosmic furnace long before Earth existed. James Webb didn't invent that idea, but it showed us proof, and proof changes belief into understanding. What makes Webb's discoveries even more emotional is how close we came to never seeing them. The project took over 20 years, billions of dollars, thousands of engineers, impossible precision. It had no backup, no repair mission. When Webb unfolded in space, its mirrors, sunshield, instruments, any failure would have ended everything. Millions of moving parts, all had to work. And they did, against the odds, against the silence, against fear. Webb's primary mirror is coated in gold, not for beauty, because gold reflects infrared light better than anything else. This golden eye now floats 1 million miles from Earth, not in orbit, but balanced in gravity, suspended in darkness, always facing away from the sun, always listening, always watching, quietly rewriting our understanding of reality. There's a strange emotional effect when you realize how wrong we were about so much. Not embarrassing, humbling. James Webb didn't make humans smaller. It made us honest. It reminded us that knowledge is not a destination, it's a process, a willingness to say, we don't know yet, and then build tools brave enough to find out. Webb has shown us that time is not a straight line. The past is still visible, still glowing, still influencing the present. Every image from Webb is light that traveled for billions of years just to reach us, just to tell us this is where you came from. What Webb has done so far is only the beginning. In the coming years, it will study potentially habitable planets, watch atmospheres change, track star and galaxy evolution, refine the age of the universe, challenge physics we thought was settled. Each discovery will raise new questions, and that's the point. Science doesn't end mystery, it deepens it. You might wonder why any of this matters. Why distant galaxies, dead stars, and alien planets should affect your life. Because perspective matters. When you understand how vast the universe is, your problems don't disappear, but they shrink. You realize fear is temporary, failure is small, time is precious, and curiosity is powerful. The James Webb Space Telescope didn't just change astronomy, it changed our place in the story. We are no longer guessing, we are observing. We are no longer isolated thinkers staring at the dark. We are explorers with a golden eye in space, listening, learning, remembering where we came from, and perhaps one day discovering that we were never truly alone. The universe has always been speaking. James Webb just taught us how to hear it. And now that we're listening, everything will change.